Okay, I got 4 of these mics, and none of them are connecting. Why? I don't know. But it doesn't matter at this point. Put them to the side. They're cheap from TikTok, so I'm not gonna be pissed. Let's get into it. So, I've been uploaded in a minute. It's been quite some time. But I'm not worried about it. I have recorded several videos. Don't think I need to post them anymore. I feel like I waited too long for it. Could have just had them in the vault and just start posting them, but I'm taking a different route in certain things. Like, I know everything's always changing with me and things are different because of whatever it is, but the reason why I changed so much in what I like and what I do and what I think is because the one thing that, so I don't know whoever knows, but ADHD is a real thing, right? I don't care if you like to say it is or it isn't, or it's a crutch or whatever it is, right? I always knew I had it, but I never been diagnosed, so I never really used it as a crutch. And then when I finally got diagnosed about it, I used it as a crutch for a while. But then I was like, you know what? I'm not going to keep using this as a crutch. So I stopped. And they're like, okay, so what's the point? The point is that, like, no matter what you have, people might have it worse. There's probably people who don't even have ADHD, but they can't use their hands. They can't, whatever it is, you know? There's this one saying in Arabic. It's from a person writes poems, a poet? I don't know. But this person in Arabic, I don't know how it goes, but I know what it means in English. It says, when you hear someone else's problems, your problems or your situations or your struggles become minimal. For example, let's say you're going through issues with parents, right? I feel like they're never going to get back together. They don't listen. They don't hear me out. All that kind of stuff, right? But then you hear somebody who doesn't even have either of them, and you feel grateful for it. Or they probably have their parents. Their parents are better than, let's say, or they somewhat, you feel like better than your own parents, let's say, for example. Just like outside looking in from maybe what they say or the little things that you see. It becomes they talk about how they just crashed their car, they have a baby on the way, they got this, that, and the other, and their parents are fine with them, but they have that struggle. And then so your struggle just looks like, damn, my parents are just arguing. This person is crashing cars daily, is like, let's say, like, he's getting into a lot of accidents, let's just say, has a kid on the way, has all this kind of stuff rolled up for them, and you're like, damn. And there's someone that's like that, and I heard about it. My parent thing isn't that's not me, but just giving a random example for someone that could relate. But the car thing, someone, a kid or someone who's younger than me who's like that, and it makes you think like, damn, you say or stuff, let me not say damn, but you look at it and say like, wow, Allah's giving me a position to be in a way better position. I don't have to, let's say, do all the things that this person's doing in order to survive. This person does. And in Islam, it's like Allah will only give you so much that you can bear because he knows that you're the person that can bear it. And a lot of other religions say that, I guess, in different ways. Like, God gave it to you because he knows you can handle it. You're the only person that in your private area that could even handle it. All that kind of stuff, right? And it's like, it's interesting because the main process of what I'm trying to get at is like, don't use your struggles or whatever as a crutch. Use it as a superpower, because the grass is greener on the other side if you push through, you know? And in the beginning, when I said my ideas are all like, I'm always changing, is because with everyone's a different circumstance, situation, they build up their own life thoughts, their own ideals, their own morals, their own thought processes, their way of thinking about people, their judgment, everything, right? And a lot of stuff that people say are very true. Like, slowing down is, like, let's say the fastest way to get somewhere is to slow down. So to take it slow. Don't always try to be in a rush, right? Don't to be patient, right? That's the main thing a lot of people say. There's also another half of people that say, no, don't wait on your dreams. Push as far as you can and be as fast as possible, because as faster you get there, the sooner you'll know, boom, 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 this and the other, right? And then obviously they both collide in different ways, but then obviously you have the extremes. And for me, I recently been reminded that not even a good idea is okay is 100% okay to say no to. Like, I got my clothing brand, I got my social sphere, the one I'm doing with my friend, I got this tech thing that I'm doing, I got other stuff that I have planned that I want to do, but I can't put all my eggs in, I can't separate it, because then I'd be stretched out too thin for me personally. A lot of the people can stretch themselves thin and they're okay with that. And that's their life. That's their situation. Maybe they're able to do that. I realize, no, I can stretch myself, but only so far. So like, I could probably multitask better than the average person, but I can't do it more than the person who's really stretching themselves. Because maybe they're used to it. Maybe they have that. Like, I have stuff like, for example, I only have one parent in the house. And that's just me being honest, right? None of my friends that I'm around or people that I am around, even if they feel like their parents don't accept them, whatever it is, that's a whole different scenario. Like, I understand that part, but like, I'm talking about like not even having a second parent there. So whether that's a father or mother figure, right? And they don't understand that. So like for them, like let's say when they say, oh, let's go out, let's go do this, let's go do that, and I'm like, I can't, I got stuff I need to do. I'm busy, because I gotta focus on my business. I gotta focus on my work. I gotta focus on my whatever it is that I need to focus on. But I also have priorities, and they can have similar priorities, like I say, dropping off or doing this, right? But they have that luxury they have somebody else who can do it. I don't. Right? Like, so I have to handle things a lot different. I have to become the certain person in my house in order to get things done. They also have to become a certain person to get things done, or maybe they don't have anything to do at all. Maybe they have both parents. Their family probably came from nothing and made something out of themselves, or maybe came into wealth already. Whoever, it doesn't matter. Maybe they're just well off enough where they're content. Like, I can be super content, but then also like there's certain stuff that are going in my life that I can't be content. Right? Like, I have like the single parent that I have, that person can't do it all on their own, right? It's like, I have to step up to the plate. Other people, they don't need to do that. It's a choice. They really don't have to. Like, they might have to step up to the plate for different reasons, but my reasons are a lot different, and it's my situation. So it's like, not every good idea is a good idea. By meaning, like, let's say I started, like, now I'm focusing mostly on my clothing brand, and I slow down a little bit on the agency. And I'm going to focus on the agency. I'm still doing it here and there, but, like, my main focus is the, what's it called? The clothing, because I'm most passionate in that. That's the main thing I'm going to pick. I think I said earlier, like, where I talked to my parent about it, and they were like, just pick one, boom, 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 go from there. And it's just like, my fault. It's just like, damn, like, or it's just like an interesting perspective, I guess I'm seeing it. And I don't know why it's my mom. My mom's single mom, all that kind of stuff, right? It's like, I'm the man of the house. I gotta step it up, and I can't worry about what other people are doing, and I should not really care, you know? The less you care, the better in certain areas, you know? Like, this new job that I work, I don't know if I've said it before, but a door-to-door sales, and I've been killing it. But at the same time, I don't kill it when I'm not consistent. And that money that I can get, like, I'm getting an insane amount of money, get paid weekly to do whatever the hell I want to do. And the only downside about that is that if I spend my money on whatever it is, like stuff I really don't need, or boom, 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 going out with friends, I'm wasting that money, and I'm probably going back to the same place I started at. For example, even if, like, everyone's starting point is different. My starting point can be 10,000, your starting point can be 0, the other person's start can be 100,000, right? So, like, everyone's starting point is different, but, like, you have your own rock bottom, is what I'm trying to say. So, like, let's say I go back to almost close, or if not right on the dot of my personal rock bottom, then it's like, how am I going to support myself when it comes to these things? So being able to say no and looking at yourself in the mirror and just be like, well, who's the man I want to become? Who's the person I want to become? And just learn about that stuff, you know? It's really crucial. I feel like, you know, it's an interesting process. I can't lie. It's something it's not easy at all. But, you know, just live your life to you. And listen, all that work-life balance stuff, that's not a real thing. Make your own. If you're someone who likes to wake up and do a whole routine and then get to work, fine. If you're someone who doesn't even work until it hits 6 p.m. and is working from 6 p.m. to 12 a.m. in the morning or 1 a.m., then that's you. Then if that's what works for you, that's what works for you. If you're someone who works day in and day out, that's what works for you. Whatever's going to get you to that point, then do that. That's what makes it works for you. Taking someone else's idea and trying it, and even if it's a good idea, let's say the first thing you do, wake up, you go to the gym, that can work for you, and it works very well. For me, what I realized is I really love working out in the morning, early in the morning. First I do it because I get it out the way, right? But then what I also learned is from Alex Hormozi, like, he cuts the time from waking up and doing the work, right? Wake up, do the work. And he doesn't have no routine. He doesn't eat no breakfast. He doesn't do nothing. He just wakes up, straight to work. And I tried that. I'm like, damn, that's like, my brain is so fresh. I just woke up. I prayed, and I'm right into it. I cut the time from Like sometimes I won't even brush my teeth. I'll do all my work and then the whole like I get the main tasks that I need to get done. Let's say sampling, designs, packaging, whatever, figuring out some other stuff, the stuff for the marketing aspect, whatever it is. I get all that done in my first thing when I wake up, and then I've been slacking. I'm not gonna lie though, but in general, like that's kind of how I like to do it, and then I can get all the extra stuff out the way, and that to me works perfect. But sometimes, like I don't like working at night. I don't like working out in the night. So then I have to learn. Okay, I might have to sleep even earlier than everybody. Like I usually try to sleep around 9 or 10. That's the goal. If I don't sleep by then and because I work out around 5, 6, I know that's enough time to rest and whatever it is. But like I don't like working out a couple hours before I sleep. So that just might mean when I wake up in the morning, I probably don't have to sleep earlier. So instead of sleeping at 9, 10, I'm going to sleep at 8, 9 and wake up maybe an hour or two earlier so that I get in, so that maybe I have an extra hour or two, like I do all the work I need to do, and then I have an extra 2 hours to go work out in my morning. So that if let's say I go do my door-to-door, I go work on cold calling, whatever it is that I got to do, I'm going to do that. That's kind of how it works. So that's kind of how it is for me. And like learning to say like, I don't like there's obviously things that you're going to have to do in order to get to where you want to get to. And like, let's say my cold calling, but I don't like cold calling. I'm not going to lie. That's the worst type of sales for me personally. Like when you make the sale, it's nice, it's cool and everything, but like hitting up receptionists, I don't like that. I'd rather knock on doors and get no's, but like I know I have a better chance with that than I do at cold calling. So like trying to figure out a way, how can I minimize my cold calling and how can I get to the most outreach of people? That's going to be better. Because like, for example, the people I'm calling genuinely is like they have so many years of experience, so they don't need they don't need a small fry or whatever it is to have them do it. And yeah, I could come in and say like, yeah, we've helped this. I could lie. I could show that I'm a big person to play with, and I've done that with a lot of people. But like, I'm not trying to call 100 people just to only get one person signed. Obviously, you should get better and better, but I feel like I've gotten better and better, and I'm asking the right questions. But like, it's like maybe it's just not a me thing. Maybe there's something I could change. I don't know, but you know, like I can have someone else do that, and then I focus on another portion of it where maybe I like optimizing certain things or whatever it is. Obviously, I just have to put that work in for it, but it's just like, and like, you know, like I'd rather call, because like when I do my door-to-door, I'm getting anybody and everybody, right? Different types of people, right? I'm not gonna do. I see a person face to face. It's a lot easier than doing these cold calls, because like obviously people don't have the time. They're easy to close, whatever it is. I understand that, but it's just like, you know, there's something that I'm not doing, or it's just, maybe it's not meant for me. I don't have to force it because I don't like it. I don't like sitting at when I sit at my desk, I like to design whatever it is, and then I don't like to come back later on in the day, whatever, because this is like the desk to me is like a way of wasting energy. Not wasting time, but wasting energy. I'm an active person. I like communicating with people. I like being outdoors or just being with people. So I know there's going to be times where I have to sit on this desk for multiple hours at a time and do what I need to do. But if I can, let's say, cut cold calling and maybe start going to businesses, I'll do that. Maybe it's a lot harder, but I know I could probably close someone a lot easier when I'm in person with them rather than on the phone. Obviously, that's a lot of driving. That's a lot of stuff. It's too much back and forth. I get it. There could be a reason for both to meet in the middle with both. I don't know. But until I find it, like, I just know that there's something either I need to do better in or something that like I just need to completely remove in order to focus on one other portion, you know? So that's kind of about it. So I just went for a little ramble about that. But main points is, don't let your struggles be your crutches. Let it be your superpower. Let that be your story on how you got to the other side. 2, not every good idea is an idea to take in. Find out what works for you and just stick with that. Some days it's not going to work for you, but if it mostly works for you and you feel genuinely happy about it, do that. And yeah, just like pinpoint what you want and you got it. All right. Love y'all and peace. Salam alaikum.